Hello, good morning everyone. Today I am going to explain about ER diagram. So before that, there are five types of data models available. The first one is hierarchical model, second one is network model, third one is entity relationship model, fourth one is relational model, and fifth one is object oriented model. So out of these five models, the important and easy to understand one is the entity relationship model. So for this entity relationship model, we have to draw the ER diagram. So here itself I explained. So ER diagram can express the overall logical structure of the database graphically. And other thing, it is simple and easy to understand the ER diagram compared to the other model. So here it is the high level data model, as well as it is easy to understand by the developer as well as the who are using the ER diagram. So it is easy to understand. So for basic structure of the ER diagram, we need three basic components. First one is entity, second one is attributes, and third one is relationship. So these three are the major three components we used for ER diagram. So for these three components, other than these three components, what are all the structures we used here is, first one is a rectangle. So here in rectangle, it is divided into two parts. So the first part contains the entity set and the second part contains the attribute sets. Again I will show you in the diagram. So here this is the entity set. So this is rectangle. So the rectangle is divided into two parts. The first part is the entity set and the second part it contains the attributes. So second one is diamonds. So as I already told, the main component is relationship. So for relationship we are using the structure diamond. So this is the second component, that is diamond. It is used for the relationship between two different entity sets. So here faculty is one entity set and student is one more entity set. We can connect the two different entity set with help of the relationship counselor. So for counselor, here counselor is nothing but the relationship between the two entity sets. So diamond represent the relationship set here. Third one is undivided rectangles. So here in the undivided rectangles, it is used to represent the attributes of the relationship set, and the attributes that are part of the primary key are underlined. So as I already told, rectangle and undivided rectangle. The rectangle is divided into two parts. So one is the entity set. Here again there is second part, it is the undivided rectangle. There are many attributes are available here. So out of these attributes, the primary attribute is underlined. So here faculty ID is the primary key or primary attribute. So the faculty ID attribute is underlined here. Similarly for the student entity set, student register number is the primary key. So student register number is underlined here. So this is the entity set and this is attributes. So out of these attributes, there are many attributes are available here. So the attributes are in undivided rectangle. And next one is line. So the line is nothing but the link. We can connect two different entity with the help of this line. So here the line, this is the line. So with the help of this line, we can link the two different entities with the relationship set. And the next one is dashed line. So the dashed line, again we can the link is used to connect the attribute to the relationship set. So for example, here if there is one more attribute available, so that attribute is directly connected to the relationship with help of the dashed line. I will show it in the diagram later. And then double lines. So the double line indicate the total participation of one entity in a relationship set. So for example, in an entity there are many number of attributes are there, or many participations are there, and one more entity again there are many participants are available, means if all participants are involved with relationship to the other entity, means we can indicate that by using the double line. Next one is double diamond. So double diamond represent the identifying relationship set linked to the weak entity set. There are two different entity set, weak and strong entity set. So double diamond is used to represent the weak entity set. Next, so as already explained here, so faculty is one entity and student is one more entity. The attributes available under the faculty are faculty ID, faculty name, faculty designation, faculty salary, faculty date of birth, faculty mobile number and department ID. Similarly for student, student register number, student name, student date of birth, student location and department ID. These are all the attributes. There are many attributes. We can use any attributes here. So out of these attributes, the primary attribute is underlined. So for faculty, faculty ID is the primary attribute, and for student, student register number is the primary attribute here. So this is the one ER diagram there is a relationship between faculty and student with help of the counselor. The relationship is counselor or faculty. So we can consider this relationship as a binary relationship set counselor. The faculty can handle subject to the student or they can counsel the student. So that is the two relationship between the faculty and student entity set. So as I already told, dashed line in the structure of the ER diagram. So here this is the dashed line. Here the attribute we are using is date. So if the relationship has some attributes, it link with the dashed line to directly to the diamond. Diamond is nothing but the relationship set. So here the date is the descriptive attribute. We can directly connect it to the relationship set. The date can mention when the faculty become the counselor or on which date the counselor can counsel the student. So that is the attribute we can indicate or we can connect directly to the relationship with the help of the dashed line here. Next one is mapping cardinality. So in mapping cardinality, how we can map two different entities like faculty and student. So there are many types of mapping cardinalities are there: one to one, one to many, many to one and many to many. So these are all the four types of mapping cardinality. From the name itself, it is easy to understand what is meant by one to one. So here we can represent the link or line with arrowhead or without arrowhead. That is, if it is a directed line, means it represents the one. If it is undirected line, means it represents many. So first for mapping cardinality is one to one. So in this mapping cardinality, the lines are represented with arrowhead, that is directed line. That means only one relationship between faculty and student entity. That is, only one faculty can counsel only one student. So it is must. So only one student is counseled by only one faculty. So that is the relationship between these two entities set. So in the second one, one to many, here one is directed line and one more is undirected line. So the directed line, it represents one function, only one, and the undirected line, it is many. That means one faculty can counsel many students here. So that is the relationship, one to many. So one represent here only one faculty, that is represented by directed line, and many here it is one faculty can counsel more number of students, not only one student. So that is one to many mapping cardinality. And similarly many to one, here faculty is many and student one. So here there is no arrowhead here, but arrowhead is that. That means the arrow represents one, and without arrow it is many. That means one student is counseled by many faculties. So they indicate, so here this ER diagram indicates the faculty may counsel at most one student, but a student have many counselors. So that is the relationship. And many to many, here for both entity there is no arrowhead. That means many faculties may counsel many students. That means for here a student may have many counselor or a faculty may have many student to counsel. So this is the last mapping cardinality, many to many. Next one is in ER diagram, the second component, first one is entity, second component is attribute. Again in attributes there are many types of attributes are there. So for simple attribute, complex attribute, multi-valued attribute, derived attributes. So these are all the some types of attributes. So in that the complex attributes is nothing but for a attribute we can contain many types of sub-attributes here. So that is nothing but the complex attribute. For example, here faculty entity is there. So under faculty entity, the main attributes are faculty ID, faculty name, faculty address, street name, faculty date of birth and faculty age. But the faculty ID, it is a simple attribute. It is not possible to divide it into further attribute here. But the faculty name is divided into faculty first name, faculty middle name, faculty last name. So these are all the complex attributes here. So again in the faculty address, there are many sub-attributes of the faculty address, door number, faculty address sheet. Again in faculty address sheet, it contains street number as well as street name. So faculty address sheet, again it is classified into some attributes here. So these types of attributes are considered as complex attributes. Next one is multi-valued attribute. Multi-valued attribute is nothing but faculty phone number. So faculty may have more than one number. So that is nothing but the multi-valued attribute. If the faculty have only one number means it is a single value. But it is possible to the faculty can have more number of phone numbers. So it comes under multi-valued attribute. Last one is derived attribute. So here the faculty age is the derived attribute because we can derive the age from the date of birth. So from the date of birth only we can derive the age here. So this is the last attribute, that is the derived attributes. So these are all the attributes we used in ER diagram. Thank you. So here in this ER diagram we will see about, we discussed about what is meant by entity, what is meant by entity set, what is meant by attribute, how we can represent the attributes in undivided rectangle, or we can represent the attribute in a vowel structure, and what is the relationship between the two different entities. So these are all the informations we discussed in ER diagram. Thank you.